This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Good morning, video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games hosted by three very kind and knowledgeable boys. You've got myself, Tommy Dasilo. You've also got Ben Vanel.
Good morning, video games. Thought I'd get a full-voiced intro in there.
Good to get a clean one that you can drop in over the top of me. Yeah.
You are fucked.
Yeah, I'm really fucked. Also joining us, we have Adam Knox.
Good morning, video games.
I should just be doing this like I'll just type out what I want you guys to say on behalf of me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a guest today, hasn't been on the show for a while. Great to have him back. Please welcome Ben Russell.
Oh my goodness, video games. A little bit more of a sassy one. Yeah. Well,
what
you
we
know, I got a bit of sass.
Now, we were at a music festival together over the weekend.
Yes.
Well,
Speaking of sassy, there's glitter all over your couch here as well.
Yeah, I got covered in glitter.
You've got some on your eye?
Yep.
That's just a twinkle that'll be a kid in 9 months.
A little twinkle in
We
his
were just
eye.
talking about, we're doing this the night after you and I got back. We were
Yes.
just talking off air about how fucked you got last night. But
Well-
you actually seem fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine now. So I don't drink, but this festival was so the cops really clamped down hard on any illegal substances.
Yeah.
And when you don't drink and you go to a music festival, I don't understand what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Enjoy the music?
No.
That's a
No,
crazy
what
person thing to do.
Crazy? Are you high?
Well, you can't even buy a bunch of orange juice or anything because it's all like $8.
Yeah. So I've been six.
So you can't even enjoy that.
This orange juice is $8. I can't enjoy this.
Another
Guess
one of
I'm
life's,
getting in the whiskey.
another one of life's simple pleasures snatched from our hands.
That's right. So I've been
big
6 months
OJ.
sober, and then this week I was just like, you know what? Papa's coming off the wagon.
Yeah.
Just for one night only.
It was. I mean, I
A
feel.
grey dick.
I feel there were a lot of. There was like there was some bands playing at Splendor where that was their only Australian show, but the real exclusive.
It
The
was.
little party boy getting back on the booze.
Getting back on the booze, and I took Party Ben for a walk. I'm not afraid to say I took
For
him
a little stumble
Let him
around.
off the leash. I said, "Go out and play with others." And I got It was. I had a really good time actually.
Were there many hard truths to have to face this morning?
No, I did a big wrestle. I love a drunken wrestle. I love a drunken wrestle. I'll wrestle anyone. I'll wrestle someone right now if you fill a
Strangers,
water bottle.
were you that guy wrestling strangers at the festival?
No strangers, although I did have a little bit of a muck around with a dude sitting on a fence. And I was like, I'm going to try and push off. And I didn't, but I was like,
Starting to see why you stopped drinking in the first place.
yeah.
So it's good to have you back on. You come in here and you often play games that the three of us don't ever really go into.
Yes.
So we'll get to some of that in a bit. But Knox, you had some news that you're checking your shirt for stains.
Well, no, I'm looking for glitter because I lost this little piece of glitter, but I found it again.
You got to save that glitter.
Good thing about glitter, real easy to find if you catch it in the right light.
Nice.
But if you don't, it goes missing. Anyway, I've got some news. Bloody Telltale. Yeah, I'm going to be a bit of a Telltale and admit some crimes of other people.
Oh, boy.
That was a crime against segways?
Ben push someone off
That's
a
a
fence.
crime against segways.
We have the excuse of being extremely scattered because we've been at a music festival. What's
Yeah.
your deal, mate?
I went to the football yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, Collingwood won. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Congratulations.
I pretended that I was someone who I'm not. The whole
And I
time.
bet that felt pretty good.
And
Did you go for Collingwood?
like kind of, I don't really go for anybody, but I have friends, being Ben included, who go for Collingwood.
That's nice, man.
Yeah, I'm just
sweet.
Glad
supportive.
that your footy ball team won.
Oh, thanks, mate. Bloody sports ball. Everyone talking about this sports ball, and I'm over here fucking being a dick.
Okay.
Telltale announced
Better segue.
three new. Fucking man, they have a lot of shit.
Yep.
going.
Telltale, yeah.
So they're doing 3 new seasons of sequels, basically, to the Batman one, to Wolf Among Us, and the last one of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Ah.
This will be greatly received by Ben Vanel, big
Yeah.
fan of all the Telltale games.
Yeah, and Wolf Among Us especially. That was one that came out like a long time ago, and people were clamoring for the second season, and everyone just gave up. It was like,
It's
they've
definitely the best Telltale.
Yeah, I absolutely think it is. And yeah, people were just like, well, we're never getting another one of those. They kept announcing like more Walking Deads and more, other licensed ones. But yeah, this was a big surprise, and it's great. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I've still got to finish. I've got the first season sitting there, but I don't know.
It's really good.
Yeah,
I was liking it, but it hadn't really kind of clicked in yet in that way where I was like compelled to like really find out what was going on.
Did you finish the first episode?
No.
Well, that's the end of the
Yeah.
first episode is what will hook you.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's really
Yeah.
good. And the Batman one I really liked as well.
Yeah,
So-
you were cold on that for the first few, right? And
the
then-
first one was the writing was pretty shitty, but then it improved out of sight, and really looking forward to all of those except The Walking Dead.
Well, yeah, there was another season of because I liked those first two Walking Dead ones, and I haven't.
That's got to be their most popular one, right?
Well, it
At
was
the
their
moment?
first one, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it's and like The Walking Dead itself, like the show has, I feel like, lost popularity recently.
But also was like one of the most popular shows for
It was-
ages, despite
yeah.
being kind of
Yeah.
shitty.
Yeah.
Did you in like 2012 when the first one came out? It was very big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played up to season 2
yeah.
and did all in that one, and that was really good.
I liked it. I thought Clementine was a really good character. I really enjoyed having a focus on like this very different character for video games
Yeah.
than you normally get.
I do like that about that world where it's like, oh, it's zombies, so we can just tell other stories that are going on in a different part. Like it's not
Yeah.
like it's,
That episode where they're just telling the story about the guy like doing his taxes still is pretty boring though. I couldn't think of something that people would still do after an apocalypse that was boring. You wouldn't do your taxes.
No, there's no tax man.
I don't
No,
do
there's
it
no
now.
tax man. That's
Yeah.
tax free.
Yeah.
the
That's the one
ATO,
benefit.
mate, they'd find a way. They'd
are
find a way to fuck you. For
They are the
other
bloody
way.
zombies. Am I right?
You know, in the end, it wasn't the zombies that got Al Capone; it was his taxes.
Did you play season 3?
No, I haven't touched that yet.
It seems to me like they did and this is I haven't played it at all, but they did a little Halo 5, a little 343 Studios on us and took away the one character that we really liked and connected with.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so she's back in the third season at some point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They just took out only the character that you like the most.
Yeah.
I really appreciate when game developers do that. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you love this character.
Is it a bit of,
He's not in it anymore.
is it a bit of New Coke style, like taking it out to then be able to go, nah, we've done a
Yeah.
great thing, it's back.
I think it is. Like, Halo 6 will definitely be like, the Master Chief is back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still not going to cop to the fact that Master Chief is a dumb fucking sounding name.
And also, what happened to the bad guy in Halo 4? He got killed off game. He got killed in a comic strip or something.
I think he died at the...
How do you
Actually,
go?
he might
He got killed in Peanuts.
I don't understand. I still don't understand why people are like. No one talked about it. It was just like, nope, no, you're not going to talk about this.
Well,
I mean, he was a horrible bad guy.
You had to have like read a book before the game to have understood who he even was in the first place. Too. It was the weirdest. Like,
That's
never knew
good
that.
storytelling.
That's kind
oh,
of,
well, you know how everyone was crying for this like extended Halo universe. Like,
Yeah.
and some people are actually really into that, but I think that's wrong-headed.
yeah, they're wrong. They're incorrect.
But so yeah, this third season that just happened of Walking Dead,
Yep.
I think people didn't really like as much. But they've said of this one, the final season, they've called it.
So is this only the fourth season?
be the fourth one.
It feels like it's been going for 8
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
It's been going for 5 years.
Well, because
Okay.
they also had that little tiny vignette thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Michonne.
They had that.
They had that,
They had
and they had
other, like 400 days or something. It was called.
Oh okay, right.
Which flowed into some characters from appeared in season 2.
Yeah.
Right.
What property would you like to see them do next? If you could pick anything that you, I swear we must have talked about.
It's a
this on the
great
show
question.
before,
We've
but-
we haven't.
haven't we? Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe
'Cause
we- yeah,
I
I
really
don't know.
like that there's a dev that they just like go. They're not super fussed on their own stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's cool to have someone that like gets how to do licensed stuff well.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, let's just funnel it through them.
They
Instead
just
of,
seem to have good writers because all the stories
They always
are
make
good.
it their own.
Yeah, like, I only played the Game of Thrones one for the first time like 2 months ago, and I loved it. I thought it was
Right.
great.
I just downloaded it. It was free on the
Yes.
PS Now Plus. Sorry.
Yep. It's worth playing. It's really fun.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I don't think
know.
I've ever done any of their ones other than The Walking Dead.
Yeah, most of the other ones are good.
Yeah, I
I
should
just-
give them a go.
Just started playing the Borderlands one because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
again
Oh, yeah.
it was another one that because I recently got hard drive from my PS4, so
Yeah.
I've downloaded all the sweet ones that I haven't ever had. You know.
That's Tales of the Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's charming.
right.
And
yeah.
they've done Guardians
Yep.
of the Galaxy
Oh,
already.
yeah.
They're
Yep.
doing the Avengers, or they're doing another Marvel one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
That seems weird because action stuff just seems to more lend itself to like just an actual video
Yeah.
game. Like, not
Yeah.
A,
Yeah.
Well, but
but
then
yeah.
they're also doing all those other Marvel games that they kind of briefed. Do you remember that? They said like, "Hey, we're making Marvel games again,"
Yeah.
Okay.
but then
Yeah.
haven't said anything about it other than Spider-Man, I guess.
I think what you're thinking of is they announced the season 2 of Guardians already.
I'm pretty sure they're doing Avengers as well.
Yeah, right. That'd be cool.
Well, no, you're thinking of that other studio that's doing Avengers. What is it? Oh no! Oh no! There's
Party
another
Ben.
good story. There's a good developer that's doing Avengers. Google it and get back to me
Have a Google.
because it's a good.
No, I'm googling Home Improvement. I want to. I'm just thinking of an episode that I can't remember.
Telltale Home Improvement would be very good. Go outside and talk to Wilson.
That'd be great. And if you you hack the game, you can fly the camera underneath the fence and see what he actually looks like. There's a cheat code to see
That's great.
Wilson's face.
Yeah, that's great.
Another
Oh, they
one
did
that was
Back to the Future.
Yes, that was one of the original ones with
Yep.
and Sam and Matt.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
It would be cool if they got like even though their writers are good, if they got like a known entity in to make, like, let's say for example, when Better Call Saul finishes, they get like Vince Gilligan in
Oh.
and make like a big event, like this is his new thing, or
Yeah,
this is a
right.
like
Just a
'cause I was-
brand new property
Well, 'cause
from
I was
him.
thinking, what do I really like that it would be cool to like be in that world in that way? And Breaking Bad would be one. I don't know quite how you would do it, given that we know the story of the show. So how
I
do
wouldn't. Some kind of like House of Cards type thing would be
Yeah.
kind of cool. Some like political maneuvering.
Yeah.
I guess it's a bit like Game of Thrones, probably.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Crystal Dynamics.
Oh, right.
They're the ones that are doing the Tomb Raider boys.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Great
they're-
company that sounds like it was named in 1981 with not much foresight to the aesthetic probably wearing off at some point.
Yeah, I guess they're not doing an event. Well, whatever. They will at some point.
Yeah.
They'll have a Lego one going at some point, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Lego's
You don't
doing all those different
know.
things. I do.
You're just speculating.
No, this is. It is
You're
I,
just thinking what's popular.
I literally think the number of games that Telltale have already done, I could say anything and be proven correct one
Yeah,
day.
and you say mockingly, Tommy, you're thinking of what's popular. I think that is how they choose their properties.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
What is popular at the moment? Like, what's the next big
Fidget
thing?
spinners.
I think they've gone out of style. I had to give a kid my fidget spinner.
Oh,
They
yeah?
did do Minecraft story mode, so
Yeah.
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, because I feel like
anything can happen. Battleships was turned into a movie with Rihanna.
that sounds like one of those dumb fucking like Cards Against Humanity type things.
Yeah, it's a mad lib.
Battleships movie with Rihanna. Imagine.
Yeah, like, so what, trying to think what are the big pop culture things at the moment?
Yeah, like what's on its way up?
Honestly, it is just comic books, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Saga, I'm surprised there hasn't been anything made out of Saga.
yeah.
Star Wars. They'll do a Star
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they, I imagine getting the license to that, getting the rights is probably pretty tricky.
I feel like maybe at some point people started coming to them because they got quite
do
a
have
lot of
great
them.
And
I'd
Disney
love-
owns Gun like Marvel, so
Yeah.
they
I
own
would love
Star
to
Wars
see them
too.
do-
That true.
I'd love to see them just take some like weird old properties and like get
Yeah.
a bit of nostalgia, like
Felix the Cat.
or like a
yeah.
like a Power Rangers one or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff that we all kind of grew up with, like a Samurai Pizza Cat
Oh yeah.
point and click adventure.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a lot of that now
Postman
as well.
Pat,
Like,
where you beat, the cat has just beat someone to
Cat's
death.
going to remember that.
With and he's like a smoking, a smoking cat. That's what I want to see.
Hey, Pat, how about you slip a little bit of anthrax into some of them, just at random? No one suspects the postman.
So also, since we recorded last, Splatoon 2 has officially come out. We talked a little bit about the single player last week. Nox, have you gone in?
Not on the single player, but I've played a bunch of
you've
the
got the game.
multiplayer. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Ben, did you end up getting it?
No, haven't
Right.
had time.
And B-Russ?
No,
No, bro.
sorry. I've been playing Zelda, and Destiny 2 beta,
Yep.
Yeah.
and Endless Space 2.
Oh,
here
yeah,
we go.
yeah.
Well, let's talk about the Splatoon 2 online launching briefly, because we talked last week it wasn't the copy that I got. It hadn't been activated yet, and we talked about how the online app had kind of gone up early on the
Yeah.
App Store, which seemed like a mistake.
Yep.
Well, and then they like pretty hastily put out a thing saying like, yeah, whoops.
Yeah, well, then I saw this. What started happening was it goes online, it's not meant to, and it starts getting all these one-star reviews from
Yeah.
people going, oh, I can't even log in or do anything. It's like, the game that it works with isn't even out yet. Who
Yeah.
cares? So
Yeah.
I think they must have just gone, we need to just launch all this now so that we're not copying it on the...
You can
Yeah.
basically
On the App Store.
ignore all of the reviews that are on the iTunes store, though. Hey, go review our show, though. It really helps us out.
But so, yeah,
Oh, fuck, I got the glitter on my phone now.
The online launched. The online is as fun, probably more fun than I remember it from the first one. And been getting stuck into that when I've had a bit of
Yeah,
I've been away,
it's really
but,
good.
yeah.
The new maps are all good. I
Yeah.
really like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Splatoon 1 didn't change up the colors like they do in 2, right?
It did.
It was
No, it didn't.
was it always blue and orange?
No, they changed it up.
Did they?
Yeah,
Okay.
they changed every round.
I guess you've been corrected.
Well, I feel like I've been.
Hey, I saw an offer to correct him if he was wrong, and as soon as he started speaking, I was like, "This dumb motherfucker needs to be put in the place."
You're sitting at
Okay.
the back of the class and you're putting your little
Yeah.
hand up.
Had I not been given the invitation, I probably would have sat here and just had to cop it.
Well,
just
listen.
wear you saying the wrong thing. But
Don't correct me if I'm wrong.
okay,
But the Earth, very flat as far as I'm concerned. The
Oh,
entire
well,
thing.
boy, I wish I could chime in here.
Yeah.
But I've not been granted.
Itching to correct him.
But yeah,
it's
like,
great. It's really
exactly
fun.
what I remember from the first one. Once you get in and you start getting cash and being able to go and buy the new guns and like unlock all the stuff to actually make you play better in the game. When it went online on Wednesday night, it was actually after you guys had left when we recorded. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll get on it. I just remembered like the whole thing of like it's one of the most guilty of like just one more game.
Yeah.
Because the maps change every 2 hours. It was like getting near midnight and I was like, fuck this, I've got to go to bed. But like they change over.
Yeah.
They were changing over at midnight. So I was like,
Yeah.
if I just go for another 10 minutes, I can play like a different
And
set of maps.
There's like no downtime between matches as well.
it's
Like
really
you're in
fluid.
and out as quick as you want to be, which is great for the like. Even though it's kind of hard to, how do you do multiplayer if you don't have Wi-Fi
Yeah.
where you are? But it is conceptually good for the portable part of it.
Totally,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, that'll be interesting because I'm about to go away and be testing it out on various hotel Wi-Fi's, which have a rep for not being very good.
I wonder
at
how
all,
much
so-
data it uses if you could like tether your phone.
I've
considered that,
I've
yeah.
had trouble with like those sort of public, ones where you have to put in your room number, trying to
Yeah.
connect that with my Switch. Sorry.
Yeah, because it brings up. It still does bring in the login screen thing that you have to do for some.
yeah.
Right,
But then
yeah.
those are often pretty temperamental.
And a lot of hotels and stuff are like, if they detect more than one device, they'll stop
Yeah,
working,
yeah.
or if they
So that'll be
they'll give you a
interesting to
25-minute
see
reset
if that ends
thing.
up working. But yeah, a lot of fun. All of that, all the matchmaking stuff works really well. What doesn't work so well is the app that has launched alongside.
Oh, here's a segment. Tommy Unzipped.
So yeah, the app. There's two sides to it. It has like a lot of stats. Like you kind of log in using your account that is on your Switch.
Yep.
And it brings up all the stats of like you playing online.
You got your level.
People
you got your
people you played against and what they used and all that sort of stuff, and it tracks like how much ink, like all these cool little features. Like you can order like items like to be sent to the game, like not for real money, but like you
Yep.
can get on the app and go, oh hey, I want this, like and then it shows up in the game. All this kind of cool stuff.
It shows you which levels are going to be coming up every 2 hours as well, which is nice.
Yeah, it tracks all your win losses, which is cool. Like it like I'd love to see more games start to use that. But then the whole thing of this is going to be paid at the end of the year, and this is how they're doing voice chat: is using this app. You add your friends on it. You go into the game. You set up a match on the game. Then you message your friends through the app.
Oh boy.
Then they have to join, and then you can all voice chat using the app. However, if you go into a lock screen, or if you just go into another app, it cuts your call off. So already it's as cumbersome as just using Facebook Messenger
Yeah.
and Skype,
Well, and like what,
and not as reliable.
Yeah.
what kind of fucking? Because I live in an apartment, so I'm always using headphones because I can't make too much noise. What do? Do I have two sets of headphones?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, wait. I need to unpack what
Yeah.
you just said.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep people up.
Because you know what? I live in an apartment as well.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Adam Knox killed a lot of people. Adam said he was a really quiet guy. Put him.
I
always use headphones. I don't know. Weird smell coming out of the apartment. But
I don't live in an apartment. I live in a house with other people who can hear me at all times.
Yeah.
yeah.
What am I meant to do?
Wear some headphones. You got to wear multiple. I don't know how you like.
No, that is a good point. That is a
Yeah,
good point.
you could
You
get
are
one of
so
them fucking audio
conscientious.
splitters.
I love it.
Tommy, you mentioned before, like you love how you can see your win-loss ratio, your stats, the
Yeah.
guns you've used, the maps you've. try playing any other online multiplayer shooter.
I know.
It's all within the game.
I think it's cool to be able to just have that accessible, like when you're not
like a second screen.
I just don't understand. I mean, why you don't just
have it in the game?
Yeah. Or have it in the operating system itself.
I don't know what they're going to do here because they're expecting people to pay for this in 6 months' time, and it just doesn't work. So you'd have to think there'll be...
And it's not just this. You have to pay for online access at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So this app is like a big part of it, and it just like... Yeah, I wonder if they'll refine it or fix it or do anything because my suspicion is the app is like having all the voice chat and all that stuff go through the app is to maybe like take the strain off the battery power of the Switch.
Yeah.
If they're thinking people are going to be playing handheld.
I think it is. Yeah.
I think it must be something to do with that.
Well,
it's the reason why they're doing it.
Phone batteries are so good though. Like my phone battery never runs out. It's good that they've.
That was the thing I thought.
That's not their problem. Like you know what I mean? They're not getting grilled over.
But it's making it our problem, which it shouldn't be.
And if you can't lock the fucking screen as well, like that's insane.
That's surely they'll update it within a week to fix that because that's
maybe
ridiculous. But like what's frustrating is I personally, I'm not someone who's ever gotten into voice chat, so but it doesn't really affect me that much. But it does. It just It's so frustrating because they've just fucked it.
Yeah.
Like I almost would rather them just not have voice chat. Just stick to their guns.
Yeah.
If you're finally going to enter the market and go, righto, this seems to be important to people. We've never done it. We're going to do it. Just do it properly. Like, just don't do it at all then if you're not going to fucking make it
Is it the type of game that you particularally need voice chat? Or are you going to be doing like
no.
It would
Splatoon
help.
raids or something?
But the weird thing is it's like, it's because there's no... You can't play like a multiplayer on the same console. So you kind of have no way of properly doing the fun thing of,
organising your mates to get together.
People have that nostalgia for Nintendo of like all being in the same room playing GoldenEye and everyone's going off, and so you can't play this locally with people unless you've got
everyone's going off. Yeah,
all those 13-year-old virgins. Things are going off.
Shooting up.
He's using our job.
Fanta's going.
on a fucking couch cushion. It's cool. It's real cool. Anyway, I think they're going to have to refine it. But at the moment, I was saying to Knox before, like, they've had such a good 6 months. They were just due to come in and absolutely fuck something up.
Yeah.
Like, right on cue.
You did say that. I can vouch for that.
No, you weren't here yet.
No, but you said that to me.
I did not.
No, you said the same thing to me.
Can I correct you if you're wrong? Because I
would prefer it if you didn't correct me.
I'm chomping at the bit.
I would prefer it, please. I just can't take it right now. I've had a big weekend.
All right, sorry, Tom. You got to zip it.
Fair enough. I can't argue with that.
Is that the end of Tommy Unzipped?
I like that idea of them, like, they've had that good 6 months, which I agree with, and then coming in and fuck it. Like, at the end of a sitcom episode where, like, the shit character who's always bumbling stuff, they seem to have done everything right, and the bosses come around for dinner and they've cooked a meal and everything, and it's all beautiful, and they've lit the candles, nothing's on fire, and they go, finally, I can't believe they've actually done it. Then, they cooked a fucking pigeon or whatever.
I love that episode of Drew Carey.
That's what I was Googling before. It wasn't Home Improvement. I was looking for Drew Carey, and my God, remember the show where they had all the weird stuff going on?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't the last season one of them's dead? And they're like,
no, that was Roseanne, I think.
The Afterlife.
Yeah,
I swear Drew Carey did something similar.
Drew Carey ended up doing a bunch of, like, there was one, I remember this because I treated it like it was a big event where they had a show where they're like, see if you can spot all the mistakes.
I remember that. I used to love them. Yeah, that was great.
And that was whose line is it anyway?
And the mistake was making it. No, I'm kidding.
But he pulls no punches when it comes to improv shows.
How do you feel about that, Ben? With your
I'm furious.
There we go.
1,000 points to Ben.
Ben. So you went in on the Destiny 2 beta.
Yes. I went in on Destiny 2 beta. I've pre-ordered the Destiny, so I was in the closed beta.
And there was an open one
without
over
all
the
the dirty plebs. Yuck! Was general population people?
There was like an open one over the weekend as well, right? Okay,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't have done that because you were at. I should have done that. I was busy
Sunday.
too.
It was
Anyway.
It's hard to tell. I feel weird. Even like it's good, and I like the graphical changes. I think that it, people are like, it's not different enough, and you're like, sure, but the core experience of Destiny is extremely good.
Yeah.
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 Especially now, at the age of triumph with the movement that Destiny 1's doing now. The game is so well balanced and just smooth, and you can do whatever you want and still get pretty good loot, but it's you work for it. It's exactly what Bungie wanted to do and make it a hobby.
Yep. It's what graphical changes are there?
It's just smooth. It's a lot of that that's so hot right now, the sparks
Oh yeah.
in games
Yep.
and like a lot of those that cool kind of glare from lighting.
A bit more like, because I guess the lighting in the first one was a bit not flat, but
Well,
pretty
they don't
static.
have to worry about running it on a PS3.
Oh right,
Yeah.
they did.
Xbox 360.
They
Yep.
did versions
So
for them. I
The
forgot.
draw distance, like the draw distance, is way higher already. I mean, it's still a beta, and this beta is, I think they said, like 2 or 3 months old. So it's an old build of the game,
Right. Right.
and so I kind of feel weird about it. There are problems with it,
Yeah.
but it's an old.
They've
It's an
almost
old
definitely
build.
changed
Yeah.
all of them
Yeah,
already.
and it's
yeah.
Bungie. They're going to continue to change it.
Yeah, yeah.
and then they'll change it for the 2 years after the release.
Yeah,
of it as
exactly.
well.
They'll still fuck with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am just scared that I'm terrified, guys. I'm terrified beside myself that Destiny 2 that Destiny 2 will not be a complete game.
Yeah.
We're still talking about a title that's had a pretty short development.
Well, and it was never intended to be the sequel properly. Right? Like they kind of fucking took a sharp left turn on
Yeah.
their plans for what Destiny was at some point, right?
Yeah, and I think part of that was they wanted to update the graphics and things like that,
Right.
and kind of start again with all the things that they've learned. And I think
Yeah.
they can.
Do you worry about that? Are you that worried about that if it's just a bit more of the same?
I'm so used to. I think Destiny at the moment, the game that you play, Destiny 1, is so good, and there's a great amount of content. There's a lot of things to do.
Yep, you've put a lot of hours into that
Yeah.
version already. Yeah.
And there's heaps of stuff to do in Destiny. now.
Yeah.
Like we've had so many expansions, and the expansions have every time improved on something, except for the Dark Below one, the
Yep.
one that just came out just after release.
Yep.
But like Wolves and fucking
Rise of Iron or
Rise of
whatever it was,
Iron,
yeah.
really good. Did really good changes.
The Taken King.
Yeah, the Taken King.
Season 304 of Home Improvement. was-
The Taken King was great. Like I
Yeah.
loved that raid, and I loved the Rise of Iron raid. So I just think we're spoiled now. We kind of Destiny is, if you want an excellent shooter, like that's the cream of the crop, really.
yeah.
Like if you want that type of game, they do that game the best now.
A big
Right.
improvement for me. Like I never
A
did
home
any of the-
improvement?
a big home improvement for me.
Well, Tim,
I never did any of the raids and stuff because I never really wanted to go and do all the stuff of like going to the external website and
They're real good. They're real smooth now.
I've heard they're good, but it's just finding people, as with every other aspect of my life, is the most
Yeah.
difficult part.
The problem, I think, the main problem with that is that you have to chat to people, and the Destiny community is not known
Well, and
for
for
of which you are a part. let's be
great
clear.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I am part. Well, I mean, I don't post on Reddit, and I don't,
But you
So-
do have to go to some external website like that. Like the same problem with the Nintendo app. I don't want to go to a forum to do it. It should all be in there, and they've
Yeah.
got that in Destiny too. It's
I think Destiny do that to help build that community. I think that's
Right.
been like the matchmaking. I don't think I think you need to cater your own raid party for these things because it is quite difficult. And if you relied on matchmaking, like holy shit, I've done strikes. Those like the Siva Vanguard strikes.
Yeah.
Where you just the biggest Muppets. And you're like, there is no way I would ever. But then again, you're like, well, if you put it to the third party, they're effectively doing the same thing, taking a punt. But
Yeah.
you have to now you just sign in, and it signs into Bungie and the PlayStation Network, and it's got you choose which of your guardians which like you want to do, and you just say I want to do the night fall thing,
right.
the weekly, and then
I suppose it
people
might-
will
'cause-
just add you on PSN.
And
Right.
they take like a number of hours to get done, right? So it makes
The
sense that
raids
you-
can.
Yeah.
If you go in, like, the first time you do it, you have to put the girlfriend's got to be out.
Not a worry.
The headphones are on.
not to but yeah, you need to put a night aside for the first raid.
Yeah.
So are you enjoying what you played of the second one?
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, again, there's
Because
not
you're going to have
much
to
there.
start from scratch, right? Like,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you're going on this.
yeah.
And I think the all the classes except for the hunter have been really built upon. I've added the new abilities, so you've got a secondary ability as well. For the warlock, you do like a ring, a pool of light that either heals you or buffs your weapons, and then for and then for the big boy
Titan, yeah.
he the void class of him, you have this fucking cool shield that is really fun. You can dart around like the old blade dancer hunter.
Oh, yeah.
And you can still bubble up. So the bubble bros are still there as well. So that's and you can put in like a force wall. So it's really, there's a lot of things. It's really dynamic in that. And they're now, those classes are going to start to feel actually different.
Okay.
And play actually different. You're all always offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But-
you...
So if I've never played this before, if you've never played Destiny, would you recommend I give the first one a go now or just wait to go in on the second?
I would recommend giving the first one a go now
Yeah.
because it's in such good shape.
Yeah.
Right.
And it would be relatively cheap for what you get now as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
Yeah,
how
it's
much
like a full price.
Because it was pretty empty when it launched.
So empty.
People
And that's what I'm
complain
afraid
with
of
it.
for
Yeah.
Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And
It's taken so long to build it up.
Even though they've hammered home that, we got heaps of story.
And that was really the only complaint with the first... Oh, well, not really, but that was the major complaint with the first one is, like, it feels kind of barren.
Yeah.
And the
it
story
When it
was
first came
And the
out.
story is. It still
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But I don't play it for story. I play it because it's a really good game.
The story stuff's weird as well because the nature of how Destiny is, you replay the same stuff again, which will feel more laborious if you're seeing the same story beats again and again.
Exactly. So that's a concern for Destiny 2. It's
Yeah.
kind of like it got criticized so much. And that's always a danger when you let fans dictate your work.
Yes.
Like they just I just don't want them to fall into that trap of trying to satisfy a community that is full of cunts. And in the process, they shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I agree. I don't like that. Like being beholden to the people play. It's like
And
just
oh
back
my
yourself.
god, you should see some of like the fucking Reddit. People just are just ripping this game to shreds, and you're like, it's a beta, you fuckheads.
Yeah.
There's such a level. They're so fucking entitled.
How
It's
much is
insane.
actually in there as well? Like, is
So
it-
there's a strike which is very short.
Yeah.
And then there's a story mission which is good. It's the first one, and
Right.
And then there's your multiplayer, which is great if you live in the US, but if you live in Australia, you're gonna always deal with lag.
Where do you two
Yeah.
live? Because I can't tell from your accent.
Oh, I'm Australian and American.
That's cool, man.
So yeah, there's
guess-
a lot. I think it's still very up in the air. I'm very excited for it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
The
This
weapon
beta,
changes.
It achieved its goal in terms of like you are now looking forward to it more than you were.
Yeah, I think the hunter needs work.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the hunter
Typical
only.
fucking fan teeing off on the Reddit
Yeah,
page.
I
so
thought-
entitled,
The hunter
Ben.
does need a little bit work because the only thing it has is dash. But on the other hand, this like quick dash could be helpful in could be your competitive
Yeah.
alt if you want.
right.
So I don't know. I think it needs a little bit. The hunter just felt a little bit comparatively a little bit empty.
That makes it makes sense. Well, it doesn't make sense that they would let that happen, but I can see how that would happen when you're adding this extra layer of stuff, and if someone doesn't get.
But again, it's a month old. Like this
Yeah.
build is so old, and this is a company
Isn't it weird to do that to for the beta to be something that you already have? You know what I mean? To send out.
Well, we
not
played
your
that
best.
Zelda demo that was kind of shitty, and we kind of judged it on that.
But that was just a shitty place to drop you. That was like pretty close to the final game. Like
Yeah.
they weren't going, oh, we've changed heaps of this.
If that's
felt-
just
Yeah.
a game that doesn't do well in a 20-minute
Totally.
chunk.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that was more the
suppose,
problem.
yeah.
That plateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The demo that we played at the start of the year before it came out was they gave us 20 minutes with the game from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So
and that's a weird area.
The most
Yeah.
boring part
it
of the
felt
game.
so empty because
Yeah.
you couldn't get up to the bit yet where you gain the context
Totally.
of no,
yeah,
this
that
bit
took
is
me
secluded
ages
from
to
everything
kind
else.
of. I didn't connect to it very much. It took me
Yeah.
ages to get into Zelda because I was in Sydney at the time and just like working and living off in like shitty Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Just with my handheld mode.
Yeah.
And it just took me ages to connect to it. I knew that it was a good game.
Yeah.
Like you just knew it, and you'd heard
You're just
these
waiting
people
for the
and you'd
moment
read
where
about it.
It was like me with the Wolf Among Us stuff. Like, you
Right.
know, it's like, I know this is, I mean, I'm into this, but I'm just yet to.
Yeah.
There's always that moment in a game where it's like, oh, okay, here goes all my time.
And it
This is
was-
the thing that I'm going to be chasing every time I come back to play it.
And it wasn't until I sat down in my house.
What's
And-
the address there, by the way?
What is it? Holden Street?
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
He's done a whoopsie.
Yeah. What was I even saying? Then
You got to have a bit of time to. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
first bit of Zelda is like.
it wasn't
3
until I
hours or
sat down with the
something.
Pro Controller in my house on the TV that I was like,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I'm starting to get with the amount of stuff I have on the Switch. Like, there's certain things that I just will not play in handheld because I just am like, this is service like Splatoon. I tried to play it on the plane and I was just like, it's just, you need the telly.
Yeah.
The
It's just
sticks,
not-
the little sticks are a bit weird for Splatoon too.
Yeah, and the motion
yeah.
control and the aiming.
I
and
think
stuff.
I prefer
Yeah.
Zelda on the TV. It's
think-
just such
yeah,
a beautiful
big time.
looking game with so much, and that Pro Controller is so good.
Yeah, I think maybe I just said it on our Facebook page, but the Pro Controller is my favorite controller that's ever been created.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's
maybe
fucking
we said
perfect.
this already. It's such a shame that it's just an optional accessory.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get the credit
And
for
an
being
expensive
such
ass
a
one
great
too.
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah.
It's so well designed.
I think that handheld mode on Switch flatters get some games, but I prefer to play everything on the TV. Like,
Yeah.
I think that you play some of those indie games on the handheld mode, you're like, oh, this is good for a handheld game.
Yeah.
But like games like Zelda and Splatoon and Mario Kart just look amazing on
I mean,
totally.
I
TV.
still like playing Zelda now on the handheld.
Yeah.
Now that I've connected with it and I know what to do and all this
Right.
stuff.
I like
Yeah.
Zelda in handheld because it's good for like a chunk of time on a flight where you just lock
Yeah.
in and it's like this can easily pass 2 hours. Mario Kart's the same thing. The indies I prefer in handheld.
Right.
But then like ARMS is just it's got to be the TV. ARMS and Splatoon
Yep.
are like it's night and day.
Yep.
Like there's
Mario
certain ones
Kart saved me so hard in Sydney.
where- Yeah.
Yeah, just like the writing team. I was working on a project that had some development problems. I guess we can say that. And
People with development project
Yeah,
problems
yeah.
on this.
and we were at the moments where we just had like downtime where all the writers just were like, well, what the fuck do we do? And I pulled that baby out.
Yeah.
And I fucking
You flogged it hard.
fucking flogged that motherfucker real fucking. It was like out of the ads.
Yeah.
It really was.
I've
It
had
brought
many-
people together. It relaxed people. Broke the ice. It was so good.
I've had
Yeah.
a lot of moments like that already where it's like this literally is the ad.
That was actually like a depressing meeting they were having on that rooftop.
So we mock that woman bringing a Switch and killing
Yeah.
the vibe of the party, but actually,
Man.
what was happening before was way
yeah,
worse.
that's right.
They were all thinking of flick. Why do you think they were
It
up
was a
there on that
divorce
roof?
party.
So what else have you been playing? So you gone right
I've been
on
playing
Zelda?
Destiny 2,
Yep.
Destiny 1.
Yep.
Just quickly, why that Destiny 2 beta would be like a few months old. It'd be so they could get the online stuff up to snuff, so that would work.
Okay,
and they'd
right.
need to have a non-moving. So at some point, you just got to draw a line and go,
Yeah,
this is the build we're
right.
working on to do that. Anyway.
Yeah.
And when's it actually out?
September.
Oh, okay,
Six.
right. So still
Yeah, I
a fair
believe.
while.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
That's like, it's like
2
a
months?
month and 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, so that game
yeah.
build is already 2 months old, and they've got another month
Yeah.
to do it. I think they have to look at the weapon. The new weapon sort of layout is weird, but whatever.
Yep.
It's got problems, but fuck it, who
Don't
doesn't?
we all?
You know.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
And the other thing that I've been playing is completely different. Endless Space 2,
Right.
which is a 4X strategy space game.
Queensland's favourite beer.
Yep, you are a bogan from Brizzy trying to get to your little mangoes. You got to colonise different parts of the rainforests.
You're going to kick out the existing inhabitants, obviously.
Oh, Brett!
Gotta upgrade my ute. I can't get enough fucking resources in my ute.
You can't get enough resources.
I gotta kill all of these other races.
Oh,
Well,
Adam.
that is what you're doing them.
Jeez, Wow, mine was subtle.
Oh,
That's-
the resources DLC. This is how they fucking launch it
yeah.
unfinished.
You don't got no money, cunt.
All right, so that's Endless Space 2.
It's Endless Space 2. Great game. I picked it up at Steam, on Steamish, and it is really big.
Yep.
And it has a learning curve, let me tell you.
This is one of those games, like a Civilization, I guess. Where
Yeah.
You lose days to it. Like
It's the type of game that you have to go onto YouTube and watch people do tutorials on each race and go, okay.
Yep.
Hey guys, just a quick update to my last video. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks since I didn't get it up, but hey, anyway, you just click with the left mouse. Bye. That's how they always go.
the left mouse.
Well, we had to fix a fucking audio pro, and I was watching it was genuinely a 9-minute long YouTube video that said it gave you 3 menu. Anyway, whatever. Everyone knows this.
Cool, man.
I've just done the exact equivalent of those videos by over-explaining.
Any website where you pay for like tutorial videos and things. Yes, you could get that stuff on YouTube, but literally with those websites, what you're paying for is the video being hosted by someone with even an ounce of charisma.
I know.
Like someone who you can handle listening to for more than about 10 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. Just, it gets brutal out there. It's brutal out there, guys. Stay safe. We're looking for tutorial videos.
So, Endless Space 2, this is the girlfriends going out for some, you gave us that. You gave us that caveat with Destiny.
Yeah.
No, this is good because
Was she,
it's
is she in the house or is she down the shop?
She's in the house. She's in the same room.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's turn-based, you don't... Destiny... The problem with
Between every
Destiny is you
turn,
can't
go,
pause it.
I'll be with you in a minute.
You can't pause Destiny.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why it's all-encompassing. There's no little breaks. But with this, it's turn-based, so it's kind of something that you can take your own time at.
Yeah.
And you need to take your own time at because it's got so many things going on. It's not the best-looking game. It's not bad, but it has so much going behind the scenes.
Yeah.
About what it's doing and how it's doing it and all the things. It is a civilization.
Yeah.
But you're worrying about like politics and the diplomacy side of things is pretty fun. And the exploration and like your research tree is ginormous. It's this huge web. It just takes and all the cool thing about it is that unlike Destiny,
Civilization.
Civ,
Yeah.
all the races play quite differently.
Yeah, okay.
There's quite different races.
Right.
Some are you got this space vampire race that is pretty interesting. The Terrans actually are quite fun to play, and they're like this weird industrialist like autocracy.
Oh, yeah.
You got tree people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Final
Space tree people.
The changing gears then from it's like this industrialist autocracy. Tree people.
Yeah. It's just really interesting, and you get to sort of customize your own like what your ships look like and things like that.
Oh, man. This sounds like an unemployment game.
Yeah.
This sounds like a between, like, with Civilization
Hey, man.
5 for me.
He had a hard rooftop meeting, but
But like genuinely, it's a game where it's like, well, I don't have anything planned for this week. I'm
Yeah.
just going to play this for 12 hours and pause it and make dinner and keep playing.
One of the
Got
most
the flu,
interesting
but-
things
Yeah.
that they do, they adopt. So the your government of your planets have quite a large role to play. So you have votes every now and then, and you got ecologists, industrialists, militarists, pacifists.
Right.
So all these different sort of governments that races, some races obviously favor over than others, and it's so deep.
Yeah.
It's like the craziest, deepest game.
And do
one
you-
turn takes you. So depending on how many planets, if you've got a full stock of like 10 planets or so, it just takes ages per turn. But it's really.
but there's always
fun.
something to do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it really because I was looking for a Masters of Orion. Something because I really missed that game.
Yeah, it's that like organizational thing where your brain just gets occupied for so long and you don't worry about anything else.
Yeah, and you're really just looking at lines and numbers.
yeah.
Really, I know that kind of you are effectively. Yeah.
I've never quite been able to get fully into that kind of stuff. The closest I've come is there was a game on the iPad and still is, presumably.
Yes.
Called Rimmed Capsule. Did you ever
yeah.
play that? Yeah, I've talked about that on the show before, but
Yep.
I get it's similar kind of thing where you've got a little very basic graphics, like basically nothing going on, but that's kind of its style. And Yeah, basically like setting up, are you going to build a thing here that grows you the stuff that you need to build more areas? And there's like a little timeline down the bottom that slowly depletes where when it gets to the end, you get attacked. So you've just got to make sure you've got enough kind of defense and you grow new little people in there by like, playing certain
the Endless
things.
series, Endless Legend 2, I think there's a 2, is really good. And I think it's just Endless Legend 1. But it's a really good Civ alternative as well.
Yeah,
if you're sick of that.
Okay.
So it's kind of, they do endless things. So Endless Space, Endless Legend. Endless Legend is more your fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4X?
Two girls at once. Nice.
It's mostly it's about management mostly, but so are you looking up YouTube videos and stuff because the game isn't teaching you well enough? That's the thing that puts me off about
There's
this.
just a lot to think about.
Right.
And there's a lot of information. When you first start up that game, there's a lot of information that it presents to you.
Someone on
that
Twitter
you have to be kind of on board of, because especially in those early moments in the game, you make crucial change, put your society onto course.
Yeah, it's the same with Civ.
Yeah.
And someone someone on Twitter asked me like, because I only talked about Civ 6 like on one episode, and they asked like, have you kept playing and just not talked about it, or did you not get into it? And it's just a game where you have to give it like a lot of time.
Yeah.
You do have to devote some of your own time to learning it, and that's not a fault of the game, I don't think, because I've done that with games like the previous Civs. I did play like some of the Masters of Orion games, and you just put your time into it, but you get days back.
And they're very
Yeah.
upfront about it. It's not like it's frustrating in my experience with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which isn't It's weird that these sort of things generally tend to be on the PC when they would lend themselves so well to like a mobile format or like or the Switch or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
Why'd you say, you said mobile format and then looked at me.
Well,
as if
'cause you
I
played
the mobile boy.
As if I invented the mobile phone.
you literally
You're
were just talking about an iPad
yeah,
game.
right. It's like, you're like this. That thing you invented.
Hey, Jobsy.
Yeah, you walk around. You love mobile shit.
You've been traveling today.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so do we want to go through kind of what's going on for the back end of the year?
Yeah, well, especially since we got you here, Ben, like, I would be keen to hear your bloody hot takes on the rest of the year.
Ben's hot takes for the rest of the year. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see my new videos, check it out.
That's just quickly, the like, comment, and subscribe thing. It's not really giving your audience any credit, is it?
No.
Like, they
No.
know how... It's like if the start of a movie was like the characters looking into the camera going, don't forget to keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I
This
don't like
whole
it.
thing.
Yeah.
I will
Don't
not
off.
subscribe just to be a contrarian piece of shit.
Yeah.
Remember that when you say our website again at the end of the episode.
Fair. Very fair.
Games I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Destiny 2. Very excited.
Well, Nox has a list. Do we want to go through
Yeah,
this list?
It's a long-ass list.
I just got 2 more. That's
let's
it.
knock out Ben's
let's do,
phase.
yeah.
So that one, and then Shadow of War.
Yes.
I pre-ordered because I like to. I'm just scheduling my year
Yeah,
out
you're
for
part
games.
of the problem. We get it.
Yeah, I know.
That's great. Complaining about, like, you're worried that Destiny 2 is going to launch unfinished, and yet you're contributing to the thing that means that games launch unfinished.
Yes.
Just want that on record.
No, it's because I am in a good. I've got a lot of work at the moment, and obviously you guys know that as a comedian, sometimes it dries up. So
Yeah.
when I do have it, I just go. I'll get these games,
Yeah.
and that way I've got something to look forward to when I'm eating soup on the 7th day.
When there's a buffet, you bring a backpack.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Totally.
And then I'm looking forward to Skyrim on the Switch. I like that game. I miss that game.
Did
I'd
you
like
play
to
it?
have a
Yeah.
go.
Did you play a lot of it the first time around?
I did. I
Okay.
really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And I never played any of the DLC, so I kind of
Okay.
fucked up my character. I've kind of got myself into a bit of a pickle with with my favorite character. I made him a vampire, and then I accidentally killed the one dude that can help me.
Oh no.
So I just had to be this fucking man. I was like, I don't want to be a vampire in this game. It sucks. I can't walk around in the daytime. And so I just kind of started. And I like a do-over.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a better.
There was
better
some
at it.
actual footage that came out, I think, today or
really?
yesterday, of like leaked footage of like someone filming over the shoulder
Of a
someone.
vampire?
Yeah, and you actually couldn't see the vampire. Obviously.
really?
Yeah.
Right.
No, it was footage of someone playing Skyrim on Switch, and it looks like Skyrim. So
Yeah, I mean, for all the flack they're getting
Well,
about,
come
like,
back next week for Ben's obvious reports.
all the flack they're getting about, like, oh yeah, re-releasing it.
Yeah,
again, who
yeah,
cares?
yeah.
I never played it. I'm looking
a
looking
great
forward
game.
to it.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Man, and who gives a shit? Like, the team working on that isn't the team, and I've said this before about other stuff, but like, the team working on that isn't the team who would be making Elder
Yes.
Scrolls 6.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
it's
the
not like
team
you're
that would be refurbishing an old game.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
They'd be doing it with some other bullshit thing. So
When a
just
remake comes out that people aren't interested in, people act as if they're being forced at gunpoint to spend their money on it.
Yeah.
It's like, just sit this one out, bro. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy Full Throttle. Just relax, bro.
What a great reference to pluck out of the air. Very good.
well, I got something. I'm going to put some words in your mouth, Tommy, and say Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
That's in August. I'm looking forward to that too.
Me,
Yeah.
yeah. It all
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah. that-
Again, it'll be a good one. I think it'll be pretty firmly in the solid handheld category on the
Yeah.
Switch.
Yep.
Like it'll be a good one for whipping out. Not so much on the TV, but
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks.
How many times have you whipped it out on the TV?
I beat my dick.
More or less times than you whipped it out on the bus.
Dad.
Yeah, I think it's such a great concept, like getting people who, because Sega literally cannot make a Sonic game now.
Well, and they're
they do not know what the fuck what they're doing.
And they're
Yeah.
giving it another go with that other one later this
Sonic
year.
Advent.
Sonic Forces.
Oh, Sonic. Yeah, yeah.
But I
It's
don't
so
hear
funny
anyone.
that they're coming out at the same time because they just look. It's like this one gets it, and this one is like a bad parody of like.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
everything.
last good game that Sega brought out?
I mean, they've distributed a bunch of good
well,
games.
Do they make any games?
They're
They don't
racing
make any
games that made them. Is that do they make them or just publish them? But the Sega racing games that's like the Sega All Stars Racing Transform is actually
Yakuza,
really good.
people like the
yes.
Yakuza
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
I think they're Sega.
What are they? Are they good, those Yakuza games?
Yeah, they're kind of like I've never actually played one of them myself, but they're like Shenmue, but with a little more action and a sense of humor.
I've been meaning to go
They look
because I
kinda
heard
fun.
really good
Yeah.
things when they did that release. at
Well,
the
so in August,
stadium.
there's Yakuza Kiwami coming out, which that is a remake of the first one.
Right.
Oh,
right.
okay.
So that might be good.
Yeah.
But who is to say you should never buy a game before it comes out? That new Uncharted comes out in August.
Oh wow! Fuck, that's soon.
Yeah. That like went gold the other day.
Fuck.
Which that's industry talk.
I weirdly
for-
enough haven't really heard much about that at all
Yeah.
for something that's so close to release.
Oh, I know. I haven't heard barely anything.
Yeah, there was the E3 that trailer. but-
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like
but are
everyone
they
just
just
sort
treating
of-
it like it doesn't count because
yeah,
it's still
like
got-
it's like they're treating it like DLC.
It's a
But it's-
standalone though.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
But it's not like it'll be a full game like with all the same stuff in it.
yeah.
I feel like everyone kind of knows what it is. Like, what's there to say?
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
guess Uncharted
Yeah, that's
4
true.
came out after a big gap if there hadn't been one for like a few
Yeah.
years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brand is so strong, I guess.
Yeah.
that
and
they
to
don't-
go from Uncharted 4, which was like ads on buses and billboards and whatever, and TV ads.
Yeah.
You can't do that again so quickly.
Yeah.
They're really just marketing this to people that are already fans of
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
And I guess it'll come out, and if it's good, the reviews will kind of.
It'll be a bit of a sleeper.
Yeah,
probably,
yeah,
Do you reckon it'll be any good? I mean, it is more the same, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm
It's still
I'm
pretty good.
fine
Yeah.
with. Yeah, absolutely fine with. I was just thinking about Uncharted 4 the other day. Like that was
I must have something brand new.
I had that week where it came out where we all had it and we were all kind of making our way through the story and checking in with where people were at. It was one of those rare things where it's like everyone gets it at the same time.
Yeah.
The thing that's about it being so linear that makes it kind of enjoyable is that you can have a bit more like I like that shared experience.
Yeah.
Totally.
Of checking in where people are at with the story and what they thought of it, just as much as I like the shared experience of Zelda and the way people have gone about it in completely different ways.
Yeah.
From the outset.
It's crazy. I was just talking to Naomi Higgins, and she was like, "Do you know this fucking skull? What is it, Skull and Bonesy boy, or the guy that you can sell monster parts to?"
Oh, yeah.
And I was
yeah.
like, "No."
Kilton? Something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
I've been busy killing Lionels, and she's like, "No, I don't do Lionels." So I hunt Lionels. I really enjoy
yeah.
getting
Yeah.
them, and I love to kill Lionels and Guardians.
Yeah, right.
To me, that's
Guardians
some of the
I
most
love,
enjoyable.
Guardians, Lionel's, I've only ever killed one of them because it was pretty hard.
And I eat
never did
Lionels
it
for
again.
breakfast.
Shit.
I
you
started
sound
really
tough.
enjoying taking on the Hinoxes.
Yeah.
Because he's, you get
Oh,
him
yeah,
in the
I like
eye and then he
those
starts
Hinoxes.
covering his eye.
Yeah.
He still leaves a little gap, you stupid motherfucker. You stupid
You
motherfucker.
dumb fuck.
He is a real
They are
dumb.
stupid, those
Yeah,
Hinoxes. They are
Just
stupid.
bumbling around in
yeah.
circles. Oh.
Always sleeping when you find
Have you
them.
guys done the DLC? Sorry to get slightly
I did
distracted.
the first segment of the trials thing the other day.
It's hard.
It's pretty hard. You fight a Hinox at the end of that first bit.
Right.
And because you've got fuck all because you have to, procure
Yeah.
all your weapons on site.
It's very punishing in that you go back to the
Yeah.
start of the
Brutal.
game, you die. It's brutal.
Brutal.
But yeah, it's kind of what you want.
But it's
like-
real fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
that.
same.
but it can
like
be
that-
a brutal. Have you done it? Have you completed the course?
I haven't completed it, no.
Oh, okay.
But I
was
like
gonna
that
be
it's
really
I like that it's
impressed.
in there as like a I think it's a cool thing for if you found all the shrines and you've beaten Ganon.
You're a maniac.
It's this cool thing that's in there that's just this ongoing challenge that you can sort of keep going back to as much as
And
you
it's-
want.
Mark Bonanno's found all the Korok seeds, and I was
That's
like, "What the
insane.
fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah,
I've
that's-
got like 200 and something. I felt like a weirdo.
He's found all of them, and now because I've been talking to Mark and Naomi, people. They've been on the show.
Yes.
Oh, well, Naomi hasn't,
Naomi
but she
said
was
one
in the
thing
room.
about a burger. yeah.
Mark's been on as a guest twice, Naomi, unofficially, because she chaperoned Mark the last time. Sat here eating food, and then we passed the mic to her at one point.
Yeah.
Because he's just started again.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
started Zelda again. What a dumb fuck.
Man,
Master mode,
imagine
though,
playing
or-
the same fucking game twice. Destiny 2, September 6th.
Destiny 1 for the past however many years.
Shadow, yeah.
Is he
exactly.
doing it in master mode at least, or just back?
No, he's doing it all over again, and then he's going to do Master Mode. He is
wow.
he is on an international tour at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
so-
I would it's interesting where you have your personal line with games where it's like these are the things that I really care about trying to complete, like achievements wise. And then so with Breath of the Wild for me, it's like I want to get all the shrines and I want to have eventually gotten all the armor and leveled it up all the way. Korok seeds, sorry bro. You're going to have to fall by the wayside.
Yeah,
all those
yeah.
little side quests where it's like someone going, bring me an apple.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, man. Guess
know,
you're
dude.
going hungry, bitch.
There's not you're just not that excited. Those side quests, you're just like, I'm never going to do you.
See, shrine ones are great if they lead to a shrine.
the
I'm all-
shrine ones are great.
But it's
No,
just
no.
like some cunt gives you $20. Fuck off.
I've done
I
them.
just found your dead son.
Yeah, I did that one. I went up to the top of the mountain and killed a frost talus.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, I have a silver rupee." I'm like, "Fuck you."
No, because with
You dog.
when you get a side quest come up in your log, I have to do it.
Really?
I'm not doing Korok seeds, and I'm not doing shrines when I come across them, but I'm doing all the side
Right.
quests.
I'm going to
I can.
mail you a checklist with every Korok seed.
But that's what I like. That your personal line. Like at the moment, like I finished all the Grand. I got gold on all the Grand Prix of Mario Kart. A couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I've gone back to it lately because now I want to get that sweet 3-star rating.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about the 3 stars on all of them.
How do you
And
get the 3-star rating?
come first in every race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's brutal. So
Yeah.
if you're well on your way,
I'm still working through
race 4,
200.
you fuck it and come second. It's like, well, that was all for nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm kind of interested in
having
after
having
Injustice.
played Injustice for the first time, I'm into it.
This looks way shitter though.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Which it's funny that's the exact opposite of the movies.
Okay.
Fucking Thor looks good. I watched the trailer for that.
Oh yeah, that new trailer looks
great.
amazing.
Justice
Great,
League looks really
Great
bad.
director.
Yeah, Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah.
Taker.
Pokken Tournament DX comes out for the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone cares about
I
that.
couldn't care, but there
No.
are obviously people who that's a big deal for.
Yeah.
What else we got here? FIFA, Star Fox 2, technically. That's kind of
yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh, that's
interested
right.
to...
Yeah, I did a Russell. I pre-ordered the SNES Mini and just kind of have
Yep.
completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, me too.
So that's kind of going to be a nice surprise when that just rolls around. It's like, oh, cool, I just get this thing.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be sick. Yeah, the idea of that officially coming out is still super cool to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we talked about it, like the devs not knowing and stuff is
Yeah, yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Mario and Rabbids.
Yep.
That's the next
I'm
one.
curious about that.
I think it's-
Turn-based strategy shooter.
Yeah.
You seem like you might have liked XCOM. You seem,
I love XCOM.
Yep.
It's XCOM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really good.
I
think
wanna
it's gonna
do that.
review really
Yeah.
well.
And I want to play multiplayer on the Switch with that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it has, because initially when it was like rumored
I
and
think
leaked
they've
and
said-
stuff, it was meant to be co-op.
Yeah.
But that's
Right.
kind of seems to have fallen.
I
by
would
the
really
wayside.
like that to happen. I think that would
Yeah.
be so much fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
It looks like a real stupid, fun game.
Yeah.
Very Nintendo.
I mean,
I
we've-
just hope that my arch nemesis Ubisoft.
Yeah. Well, we've talked
Don't
about it on the
fuck
show
it
for
up.
ages because
Yeah.
it got leaked. It's been talked about, and I've always just hated the idea of it, like the rabbits being in it. But
Yep.
seeing it revealed in it, fuck, they've done a good job with making.
I
the
just
world
can't. I
look
know every
really
time I
good.
come on this show, I hate Ubisoft.
What have they done since the last time you were on?
Wildlands.
Oh, yeah.
One of the
Well,
biggest pieces of shit I've ever played.
I gave that a good ripping on the show. Yeah.
And then For Honor, the emptiest
Oh, I liked For Honor.
Here
multiplayer
we
ever.
go.
Although
But that died off real
I played it
quick.
for 3 weeks and
They
never
lost
played it again.
like something crazy, like something bananas, like 60 or 70% of their player base.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, they lost
within
me.
the first few months. Like,
Just because there was nothing else to do with it at some
they
point.
just,
like,
and also the grind was too much, and
Yeah.
the pay to win.
High difficulty curve as well. Like
Yeah.
yeah. But what else is coming up, Noxy boy?
Hey, Ben, so I'm going to Montreal in a couple days.
Oh.
In fact, I'll be there when people hear this, and so you know who I can drop in on.
Oh, yeah.
Ubisoft.
Your little mates.
Hello, Ubisoft. No, yeah, we're Ubisoft.
I would love to get like a recorded message from you and just walk into the reception and just play it. And
Hey,
just,
Ubisoft, really don't like you.
It's like the Blues Brothers where they're blaring it out the speakers on top of the car. You just do
yeah,
blockies.
I hire a car at great personal expense, driving around.
Just Ben Russell saying, Ubisoft, you guys are stupid.
You guys,
And it's that-
you guys are dirty boys.
And it's that soft too. Like I haven't fixed it, so you've really got a strain to hear.
Yeah. You don't want to get arrested or anything. It's just
well, speaking of Ubisoft, there's this day in October where Assassin's Creed and Mario Odyssey and Wolfenstein 2 will come
Wow.
out.
oh,
Fuck.
Oh,
Big
Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm on board.
That
Mario
looks
Odyssey,
sick.
I'm definitely on board.
looks awesome.
Assassin's Creed, I could watch someone play on the internet
And see if it's
still
any
get
good.
the same effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm really checked out of Assassin's Creed.
I'm back
Yeah.
on board. I've loved so many of them that I just have to play this and see if it's good or not. I
Yeah.
just have to, yeah.
And Mario, everyone will probably end
Yep.
up. Yeah,
That's great. That's such a weird. How deliberate do you think that is?
It must just be because all games seem to release on the same day of the week anyway. It's usually like a Thursday or a Friday.
Yeah, but that specific timing, I guess that's
Yeah.
coming up to.
They're
when's-
dodging Call of Duty as well. You
When's
only
Thanksgiving? Because it's probably
Call of
time
Duty
for
World
that.
War II.
Yeah,
Curious.
That's the week
Okay.
after that.
Curious about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Instead of playing Assassin's Creed, you just play a much better game like Shadow of War.
Which I will play because
Which
I
will be
loved
really
the
good.
previous one, yeah. I'll play both of them.
Monolith. One of my favorite little developers.
Really?
Yeah.
I went back in on Shadow of Mordor recently.
good.
It's fucking great.
There's something really rewarding about just chopping some bloody orcs' heads off.
Chopping heads.
Chopping heads.
And the last one really. Oh no, there's Battlefront 2 and those Pokemon redos.
Yep.
I feel like both of them. And then I'm the only person who has an Xbox, so I'll end up playing Crackdown 3.
Oh, that's finally
With
out.
Terry Crews.
Yeah. That made me so much less like.
And your interest
Hey,
was-
when has that ever gone wrong with Microsoft? putting a character actor in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do that out of obligation for this, but I don't have high hopes for that. But maybe it'll be fine.
Pretty good. Pretty good back end of the year coming up. Like
Yeah.
for all
Little
tastes.
something
like,
for everyone, and there's
Yeah,
stuff
little
I
something for
skipped over,
everybody.
obviously.
Yeah.
It's all Mario for me at this point. I'm excited for the Rabbids thing, and I think there's maybe Sonic Mania. Rayman Legends is out soon, which I never played on
Right.
the Switch
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
So good to have an excuse to play that. But yeah, that month in the lead up to Odyssey coming out is going to be brutal. Like that you know when it's like just about out but you know you still got like a little ways to wait.
A bit more.
That drives me crazy.
bit more stuff coming out about it, and you're just like, oh, I fucking
There's-
want to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
it.
You want to watch it, but you also kind of don't want to spoil
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
there are a couple newer videos of that went up not that long ago that I ended up watching like little bits and pieces of just to get an idea.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that the scale of it is as big as it seems.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
one thing that like it's because Zelda was such a bigger thing than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that'll be similar with Mario, but
It's definitely, because the last few years of Mario, they've not gone for like this brutal difficulty. So it's
Yeah,
not going to be
yeah.
the challenge of Zelda, I don't think, in terms of scale and whatever. Because the
Yeah.
thing about Zelda is it's not, although it's doing the same thing with this, with where you get the whatever they call the moons,
Yep.
which are the equivalent of the stars. They've sort of said it's all on exploration, so you don't get kicked out of the level once you get a new one, and it's all about just roam around, just go in the sewer, fucking go over, see.
Get in the fucking gutter. You know?
How do you feel about the new Spider-Man?
Oh, I
game?
think it looks great. I'm really excited for it.
By what? By Irrational?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys that did bloody
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Is it Irrational? They call something. It's not Irrational. It's
Maybe I'm
Insomniac.
Insomniac. That's
It's
it.
irrational.
Sorry.
I guess you are pretty irrational.
Oh,
if you didn't sleep much.
Irrational was
Irrational Games is
Bioshock, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
No, I don't know. I'm
Or is
sorry,
it
everyone.
that
They were
guy's
like
now?
System Shock.
I'm sorry. Please don't murder us in your forums.
No one tweet in.
Add him to your hearts.
I know I'm wrong. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, no, I think that Tommy and Knox aren't that into the Spider-Man game, but I am.
I'm
I think it'll be
very
good.
tepid on it. It just looks that trailer they showed. It's probably going to be really good, but that trailer they showed did not give me.
No, it
I'm
didn't do that.
Showing a
trepidatious as well.
cutscene. Just
It didn't give. It wasn't boner inducing, was it?
yeah,
Your
yeah.
Spidey sense wasn't tingling.
Yeah, it should have been that should have been the easiest boner of the festival. Showing us how fun
Yeah.
of the
Should have been it should have been the easiest boner of the festival, but they really
It's like that's a hole in one. Like
Yeah.
showing off actual gameplay of the Spider-Man game.
Marvel's
But-
killing it lately. Like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. a
That new
softball.
Spider-Man movie was good too.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect the game at all. But
That's cool, man.
hey, man, I just want to get my opinions out there. I've been watching Game of Thrones. Good show. Anyway.
Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, going to watch it tonight. Love it. So we have an email here from a kind listener. I thought it was one that was interesting enough to address on the show. It says, "Hey, kind boys, a couple of thoughts on the Hitman game. We brought it up the other week with, I think, Mark Bonanno, actually. I bought it on special a few months ago and played the shit out of the first level. Hours messing around trying new kills in different ways. I found when I went to the next level, it was a bit overwhelming trying to explore another massive map straight after playing the first so extensively, and haven't picked it up since. I guess my point is the episodic release, had I bought it this way, would have been an awesome way to enjoy this game, forcing the player to really flesh out each map and all the challenges. Season 2 could be very promising then and worth going in on early. Episodic release seems good. Does it match up with customers' buying habits, though? We'll be interested on your thoughts, as you bought the complete game on special too. It's, I guess, a question about the episodic releases of games and how it kind of affects how you approach them.
Yeah.
I bought the episodic for Hitman.
Yep.
The first one and then the second one. And then I just dropped off, not because I didn't like it, but just I think maybe something else came up and I got distracted, and then I had to delete it from my hard drive because I wanted to put something else on.
Yeah.
So now that I've picked it all back up, and got the hard drive, I've downloaded everything that I've ever had.
Yeah.
And picked it back up, bought all those things on special as well, and he's right. I think it really does affect it. It was really smart of them to do that episodic because it's intimate. It's too much.
Yep.
It's always going to be a weird thing, though, because you like the bulk of your audience over time, presumably at a certain point, is just going to be coming to it when it's complete. You know what I mean? It's like a TV show now. It's like, well, there's no one left who is able to watch Sopranos in a staggered way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still limit yourself, you could still make it a weekly thing, but
It depends on the type of game, definitely, as well, because I never played the ones I have, the Telltale ones. I don't like going in on them before they're all out because they're all quite short.
Yep.
And they all lead directly into the next one.
you sort of forget what's been going on.
Yeah.
So I don't quite get what this guy's issue is, though, because what he's just saying.
Well, so Hitman's different. Hitman's kind of weird, where like each of those levels is very big and very much designed to be replayed a bunch.
Yeah.
And so having a whole bunch of them come at you at once is a bit.
But he's just saying he made his way through the first one and really liked it, and then moved on to the second one and he found it overwhelming. How is that? He's still just playing through it in order. How is that any different from getting Ep 1 and then waiting an Ep 2 coming out?
In support of your argument, that second one, the one in Sapienza, I believe, there's a lot going on there. You got this underground lab that you got to go find your way into.
Yeah.
You got to get this guy that's like roaming around in real erratic behavior.
Yeah, and so
it's almost it's not the strongest episode.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Well, the listener,
Yeah.
Steve, I forgot to mention his name. Thanks, Steve. He bought the whole series.
Right.
So he went in and played the first one, played it a lot, and was like, oh, cool, I can move straight to the next one with no break, and was then overwhelmed.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of how were
that's
they
like-
being staggered when they first came out?
They were one every couple months, something
Yeah,
like
quite
that.
significantly.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then in
Time.
between, they had the
Targets,
special target,
special
whatever they were
targets, which is
called.
really fun.
The
And so, like,
elusive targets.
I know, like Knox, you mentioned, like you play an episode and you play it a bunch, and I guess Tommy, if you've not played these, it's not like you play it a lot, like
Yeah,
a lot.
sure,
Like
sure.
you could play each episode as if it was just one whole game.
But is that not extremely satisfying that it's like isn't there the thrill of like going back? I mean, we were talking about it before, Mario Odyssey. The thing I loved about those old the Mario 64 and Sunshine is that you go into a level and you absolutely tap it out to uncover all the coins and all the stars, and it's true of Banjo-Kazooie and everything from that era. And then when you unlocked a new level, it's that feeling of oh fuck this! It's so disorienting, but I always kind of like that
Totally.
you
Yeah.
kind of are constantly being reset.
I suppose the
and I was always a bit
difference-
sort of bummed when I'd get to a point where I'd go, oh, there's nothing new left to discover in this.
Yeah.
The difference there, I guess, would be that those games have built-in gates designed into them,
Sure,
so
sure.
you couldn't get overwhelmed by it. But like, you're relying more on your own self-control with this sort of stuff, which is difficult. And like,
Yeah.
I remember watching Mad Men and really liking it, watching it week to week from when it started.
Yeah.
That show, I think, would be way worse if you binged it.
Yep.
Because just the pace of that show.
Totally.
Well,
Yeah.
I got into it late and was trying to binge it, and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
And then you're relying on your own self-control or whatever.
You're disciplined, to stagger it out.
But
one of the,
sometimes
Yeah,
one of the
to
best
not have it
experiences was
available.
watching Breaking Bad week to week. For the
Yeah, that
last
was
three
pretty
seasons when it
fun.
was out, when
Yeah.
everyone was on board with it. I'm not into Game of Thrones at all, but that seems
Game
what
of Thrones
people
is very
have
much that
with
as well,
yeah.
See, I prefer to binge Game of Thrones.
Right.
I think it's. I don't think. The more that we're talking about this, I think that Steve just needs to buckle up and do it.
yeah.
You just like it's content, and you have to.
I don't
You
think
have
it's
to
the
find
fault
ways.
of any, it's not the fault of any design system or
Totally.
But
And
maybe
it's also
not.
fine to
Stop being a
just-
fucking pussy, Steve. Get in there.
It's also fine to.
Get in there, you little
That's
ferret.
great.
Little ferret up in there. There's mushrooms in those forests. Find the little truffles.
It is great. He's fine with it. This whole thing of like being a hitman and like having to like take people out and all this stuff. It's like, oh, this bit seems a bit big. Like that's the thing. It's overwhelming.
An
to him.
agoraphobic hitman.
I was going to say, like.
It is big. You're not wrong, Steve.
Yeah.
You just need to give it a shot.
And,
Come
like,
on, mate.
Yeah, I think I was going to say it's fine to have that criticism or issue or whatever, and in that scenario, just play the first one. I guess his thing was he bought the whole thing on a
But
special.
Hitman is a weirdly unique one with this sort of stuff where they really did design it to be done over this period of time and to be like they had those elusive targets that would happen that week and then be done forever. You can't do it
And
again.
I
Yeah.
say, and that game is not without its problems. You know, those again. I think that second level is not the strongest. The third level, I'm doing right now, and I'm not a huge fan. But I've seen in reviews that it get like the next 2 episodes are really good.
Yeah,
so
I really want to go in on it.
It's
I
just
missed-
IDOS.
I missed
Yeah.
the sale. I want to the sale. I want to do it and go in and I would love to be on the ground floor of something like that where you're doing it in real time and it's this.
Yeah.
It's that again. It's like the community aspect of gaming, which is such a big. When it's good, it's really good.
Yeah,
The-
and I think Knox, is this true? You've said before that you prefer to wait till the whole season of a Telltale game is out to play it.
I said it about 5 minutes ago.
Well, I guess I have a great memory. But I prefer to play it week to week because you have that community thing when you finish an episode.
But the problem with
no, I
this,
like
you
to
see-
binge Telltales.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
okay.
I prefer binging Telltales.
Because I played
ones take
Batman-
so long in between though.
Like I've been playing
I-
Life is Strange,
which came
and I've
out
been-
2 years ago.
Yeah, so I've got
Yeah.
all of that, and now I've just been playing at my own pace.
See, I
My
like to
problem with that
play.
would be I've just got a bad memory. Like I just would not
Yeah.
remember. Like
Yeah.
it's like with shows that I love, the gap in between seasons.
Those episodes
I
always
have to kind
do.
of go back and go, oh, okay, what's happening here again?
Telltale always does previously on.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I like playing.
Yes.
What did I play? Batman. I played as it came out, and you get to see the percentage of people who made the same decisions as you, like that week.
Cool.
Which is, I think is the community thing, and that's the benefit of playing them as they come out, is to be like,
I think you're going to
okay.
start to see like more and more of it too. like the whole episodic thing.
As for
Yeah.
a sequel
And
for
there's-
Hitman, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime
Well, they-
soon with
they-
Eidos getting cut from
So
from
that
whatever it was.
company,
Square
Square Enix?
yeah.
IO Interactive.
IO, sorry, not Eidos,
Still
sorry.
owns it.
I'm all over
They
the
still own
place.
Hitman, so
Yeah,
they can
right.
do whatever they want. If
Yeah,
they find
there was a
the-
period. Yeah, I think we talked about where it was up in the air, but I think they bought themselves back. Yeah, I think Eidos published Hitman back in the day. I think that
No, it's IO.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Well, they were the like developers, I think.
Yeah.
If someone could see me, tell me what Eidos do.
Eidos-
I
Are
know
you
that they
asking
do one.
someone to correct you if you're wrong?
Yes, I would love that. If you could just tweet me, just shoot me what Eidos does, because I know what they do, but I don't.
I need confirmation of what's already in my brain.
the what was I the like yeah I guess it's just a case by case thing, and like what Splatoon's doing with like their Splatfest
Yeah.
and stuff, that's kind of a cool middle ground.
I like, and the staggering weapons out. Like I do like that thing of like getting in and just getting to learn the fundamentals of something, and then it sort of game continuing to keep you on its toes long after it's
Yeah.
come out. I think it's kind of cool.
I
Yeah.
like having that equivalent of like 7:30 Wednesday,
Yeah.
Water Rats or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, there's no 7:30 Wednesday anymore because people just watch shit whenever,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do shit whenever. So having a forced kind of this is when it's all going to happen is kind of cool. There's like a nice little
It's the community thing.
Yeah.
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 And I think it allows those. I mean, I know that Telltale and Hitman kind of did it. It allows the developers to kind of make a little bit money while they're sort of and spend a bit more time
yeah.
making
Yep.
the game.
Yeah.
Well, and with Telltale, sometimes they change writers for between episodes, so it's it can evolve as it goes.
I'm looking forward to binging Half-Life Episode 3 when I haven't played Half-Life yet, but when that comes out,
Half-Life
big
episode
binge.
3.
Well, we better wrap it up here for this week. What do
Yeah.
you guys reckon? Ben Russell, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for coming.
What
And,
do you got? You're on the Twitter.
I'm on the Twitter sphere, Ben Russells. That's my Tweety.
Great. We've got all our stuff, our premium episodes, links to our socials, send us emails, and we'll do our best to read them out on the show, filthycasuals.com.au. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And as we say at the end of every episode of Filthy Casuals,
Episodic releases are fucking stupid. See you next week.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.